Hey everyone, and welcome back. We are now to the part of our lesson where we're going to talk a little bit about WordPress menus. Okay, so WordPress menus makes it painless for you to set up any type of menu within your custom theme or your premium theme. And once you understand how the WordPress menus work, you will be able to set up any menu that you will like, any menu structure. And there are things that we'll add to a menu that we won't cover in this lesson. However, the WordPress menu system that is given to you by default is a very robust solution for whatever type of menus you have. So let's get started. Menus can be created or edited from the appearance menu section in the dashboard. So we'll just actually go there first, and we'll kind of walk you through a little bit of what the WordPress menus do. All right. So if you go to appearance menus and you click on there, we're obviously here at the screen already. This is the place with the menu structure. So we'll go back really quick. In WordPress, you must build your menu first and then place your menu in a menu location. And I'll show you what that looks like. For the menu to appear on the front end of the website. So think of it this way. There are specific spots, sometimes at the very top of your content, sometimes at the very bottom of your content. And then sometimes at the very top right corner, top left corner, wherever the menu locations have been chosen to be set up at, where those are what you would consider locations for your WordPress menus. And those locations allow you to first create a menu and then place that menu that you've created in that location. A common practice in free and premium themes is to include 1 to 3 menu locations. Sometimes there's more, and this is certainly not a restriction either. Sometimes it's the menu, regular menu, the header menu, and the footer menu, or maybe they'll have a social media menu at the top right corner. It's not always the case, again, like I said, and it's by no means a restriction. This depends on the theme that you have, whether it's a custom theme, a premium theme, or a free theme. And it depends on the theme author. Okay, so if you would like to know a little bit more about how to work with menus in detail, go to the codex at this location. So WordPress menu user guide is located at codex.wordpress.org, WordPress menu user guide. But let's walk through what it's like to create an actual menu here in WordPress. So here we are on our menu screen. You can find that on the left sidebar underneath Appearance Menus. And right now, you can see that the name of the current menu is Menu 1. I'm going to rename that to Primary Menu, which is a common name that I use. And then I click Create. So I just left the word primary in there. I forgot to put menu, but I can always rename it like so. So now I'm going to rename that menu to primary menu. And the primary menu now has these items within each actual page or within each structure. And these are 3 pages located right here on the left side of each one of these items. It's the type of item. If I click the actual down arrow, it gives me a bit more data to work with within the menu. So remember I told you about the menu locations? Once I created my first menu, then this secondary tab shows up called Menu or Manage Locations. And if I click on Manage Locations, I can see that there's only one theme location on this theme that we're using, and that is the primary menu. If there were more, they would show up in rows beneath this. But I can select whichever menu I want. Right now we've only created one menu, and that's going to be the primary menu. I select that, and it's really just a coincidence that I created the name primary menu, and that's the location that they've named it as well. Usually, it may be a different name. So I could have named this menu main menu, and this location would have been named primary menu still. So it's coincidence that the name was the same. If I save the changes and I go out to my front page, I can press refresh, and this is my primary menu right here. It contains a test page, a sample page, and another test page. If I go back to my menu tab underneath edit menus, I should see a test page, a sample page, and another test page. So there we have it. Now if I go out to the front end, I can see there is a search bar here on this menu. This is not determined by the menu items, and oftentimes this would be another setting within your WordPress theme that could be controlled underneath the customizer. We won't actually go into removing this at the current moment, but I want to show you that if I remove one of these items like the test page, the sample page, or this other test page, it will remove it, or I'll actually change the name as well. So I'll go back and I'll change the second test page to be another test page, and I'm only changing the label. I'm not even changing the name of the page in the database. I'm just changing the actual navigation label as listed right here. See, the original name is still there, S test page. So I've renamed this other item, the second item of test page, to another test page, and I'm going to remove this original test page. And that is actually just removing it from the actual navigation bar. It's not destroying the page or removing it from the database. Now if I save the menu and go back to the page, I can refresh this page, and now I can see that my current menu reflects the changes that I've created on the administrative side. Menus are that easy. And so the same principle applies. Now if I wanted to add another item to this, I can choose from anything here on the left. And these are the current available items to add to my menu here on the right. So right now, currently, I can add pages, posts, an actual custom link, or a category. And these categories are categories within the post on my website, the blog post, not any old post, just a blog post. Now, if I wanted to add different types of items, because all of the items that are currently in my database are not located on this actual page, I can go to the top right corner underneath screen options. And if I click on that, then I'll see a list of other items that are available. Now, because this is a WooCommerce website, I can also add products, and that appears down here. I can also add product categories. That also appears down here. Or product tags. I'm just going to disable product tags over here, and I'm going to disable product categories as well, and I'll leave products there. Now, I'm going to come back and I'm going to add, because we don't have any products in our database, I won't add products, but I will add a custom link. And we'll add a custom link, which first I'll need to define the URL. I'll add it as wordpress.org, and then I'll add the link text. Visit wordpress.org. And now I've created my custom link. All I have to do is click add to menu, and it appears over here. Now, I haven't saved this menu yet, So it won't appear here on this front page until I click this blue save button. And now that I save it, I can come here and refresh it, and I can say visit wordpress.org. That link opens in its own window. Now, what if I wanted somebody to not leave my website? Well, what I'll do is I'll go back right here, and I'll go back to the administrative area, and I will actually expand this box, and I will check for an option that says visit, or where does the link allow you to visit? It's not in the option, is not here. So what I would need to do is enable this option. And the way I can enable it is under the screen options. So now I can say show advanced menu properties. I can choose any one of these advanced menu properties, and they will all be added to each individual menu item. I'm actually going to enable link targeting, and I can add the title attribute. Now, if I'm a little bit more savvy as a developer, I can add CSS classes. The link relationship is a little bit it's a little bit older. It's an older option, and it's not always relevant, so I never enable this. And the description is something that sometimes I can enable that and put a description in the link. Sometimes that adds a benefit for different types of themes. They enable that to give a little bit more of a description of what the link is about. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now I'll go back to this area, and I can see this custom link. I closed it and expanded. I didn't have to do that, but now I have the option to open the link in a new tab. I'm going to select that, and I'll press Save Menu. Now the menu is saved, and I'll come back here. I'll refresh the page, and if I click on Visit WordPress.org, it opens a new tab. That's exactly what I wanted to do. All right. So hopefully this gives you a great overview of the menus. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask those questions of myself, and see you in the next video.